In Austin, Governor Greg Abbott wants leaders to focus on tax relief. The House and Senate aren't on the same page. The governor keeps talking about property taxes while vetoing other legislation. Of the 10 bills Abbott has vetoed so far, 8 reference property tax relief. The governor won't sign them unless the House and Senate agree on what that property tax relief would be. Another 341 bills are still waiting for his signature or a veto. But if he does nothing, they become law.
As we get closer and closer to this Sunday, all of these bills that have yet to be signed face the possibility, if not the probability, that they're going to be vetoed.
Sunday is the deadline for the governor to sign or veto bills from the regular session, but getting a deal done by then could be tough since the House has adjourned for the special session. At the Capitol, Governor Greg Abbott signing the Save Women's Sports Act. Senate Bill 15 has been deemed controversial across our state. The bill prohibits transgender athletes from competing on college teams that match their gender identity. The governor speaking at the bill signing, saying this is needed to protect women in sports.
Women's sports, women's records, women's teams, women's dressing rooms, all are jeopardized when men are allowed to compete for those teams.
You can watch the governor's full speech on this bill signing by heading to our website, KSAT12. And coming up in our next half hour, a national murder case back in the headlines after 6 years. The suspect of the Delphi murders in court. How many times prosecutors say that he gave admissions of guilt. And we're going to be heading over to Market Square and visiting with our friends at SA Live. They are always up to some fun stuff. We'll be hearing from them after the break. Happening now in Schertz, an investigation is underway after a woman's body was discovered in a field in Comal County. Police calling that death suspicious. The woman was found a few hours ago near Hubertus Road and I-35 South. Schertz police say a passerby called them about an unconscious woman lying in the grass. Right now, information is limited, but we are told the woman was in her 30s. Call the Schertz Police Department if you have any information. That number there on your screen, 210-619-1200. A 6-year-old murder case of 2 teen girls in Indiana is making headlines again after the suspect appears in court. Best friends Abby William and Libby German of Delphi were found on a hiking trail in 2017. Prosecutors say the suspect of the murder, 50-year-old Richard Allen, made admissions of guilt up to 6 times about his role in the teens' deaths. Allen's attorney acknowledged the statements, but say they're not reliable, blaming them on Allen's mental state in jail. The defense then asked for Allen to be moved to a different facility. The 13 and 14-year-olds' bodies were found near a hiking trail. Allen was arrested 5 years later, connected to the case by a bullet found at the scene. He was charged in October, pleading not guilty.
It's hard. How can somebody do that and then just go on living life like nothing happened? I don't understand. Probably never will understand that.
Prosecutors did not elaborate on the details of Allen's confession as to whether he'll be moved to a different facility. The judge's decision is expected soon. The trial is set for January. In Canada, at least 15 people were killed after a semi-trailer truck hit a bus carrying a group of seniors to a casino. Multiple rescue agencies, medical helicopters, and ambulances rushed to help at the scene. At least 10 others are hospitalized. There's no word on what caused or may have contributed to the crash in terms of weather conditions or visibility. Law enforcement said there could be criminal charges depending on the outcome of the investigation. Drug maker Pfizer warns that it expects to run out of a certain form of penicillin by the end of the month. Bicillin is a long-acting injectable form of the antibiotic, which is commonly used to treat syphilis. Pfizer says supplies of that could run low, but they do not expect to run out completely. The shortage comes after demand for the drug grew in the fall and winter during an amoxicillin shortage. Now, 23 tornadoes have been reported across 6 states this week, and more people are under the threat of severe weather today. Perryton, Texas had a tornado rip through its town, killing at least 3 people.
still have one unaccounted, 3 fatalities, and just a rough guess, over 200 homes have been destroyed. 2.5 blocks is pretty well completely wiped out.
In Florida, one person is dead after a tornado ripped through the city of Escambia. Multiple twisters spotted in Toledo, Ohio, and heavy rains and hail came down in Arkansas. The East Coast expected to see damaging storms today. Taking a look outside here in the Alamo City, 12:33, 93 degrees. It's getting hot, San Antonio, and there's just no other way of putting it, hot and humid.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Jonathan. And seeing that video from yesterday, such a busy day across the country. I will tell you, there's an outside chance for a few storms this afternoon north of San Antonio. So we will be watching the radar. I don't know that we're going to see a whole lot there, but we do need to warn you that that's a possibility. The heat, of course, is the biggest story of all. And these are the current heat indices. This is what it feels like outside at this hour. Already up to 102 here in San Antonio, 106 in New Braunfels, 109 in Gonzales. We're already starting to drift into that danger range. And with these numbers continuing to go up, this is only going to get worse. Bandera is one of the hottest places we're seeing on the map right now with a heat index of 110. Please be careful out there if you're going to spend a lot of time outside. Here's the severe weather risk today as updated by the Storm Prediction Center, and they have included much of the hill country, Fredericksburg, Kerrville, Bandera, Lakeview, Rock Springs. If, and it's a big if, we can get storms going this afternoon. If they can break through that cap in the atmosphere, we could see some stronger storms. Otherwise, hot. Temperatures up around 100. That heat index here in San Antonio, close to 110. Jonathan.
Justin. Well, the court gave out boxes from the Commissioner's Court's new gun safety initiative is underway right now. The court gave out those boxes of handgun safes and locks yesterday as a part of their gun safety for Bear initiative. Just under 500 families registered to pick up the free safes and locks from Padre Park. This is all in an effort for gun safety improvement in our communities and lower gun violence.
We're hoping that through this program, people learn more about what it means to be a responsible firearm and gun owner.
To learn more about the Gun Safety for Bear initiative, head over to our website, KSAT12. And coming up, we are learning why we are seeing these yellow wildflowers all across our city. Plus, we have a breakdown of all the Juneteenth celebrations happening this weekend. But first, why Beyonce is being blamed for a sudden spike in inflation in Sweden. That's all after the break.
Hello everyone, these are your top headlines from Cheddar News. It looks like Beyonce being blamed for causing high inflation over in Sweden. Beyonce's Renaissance World Tour kicked off on May 10th and 11th at the National Arena in Stockholm. And according to an economic expert, the event attracted fans from all over the world, which led to a surge in hotel prices and other expenses. Meanwhile, Disney's Pixar is releasing its 27th feature film in theaters today called Elemental. It takes place in Element City, where the elements earth, fire, wind, and water all live. And it'll follow Ember as she ventures out of her comfort zone. And Mercedes-Benz is teaming up with Microsoft to add ChatGPT to its cars. The partnership aims to enhance the capabilities of Mercedes' Hey Mercedes voice assistant through AI. According to a spokesperson for Microsoft, the collaboration will mark the first ever integration of ChatGPT in a vehicle. And that's Cheddar News Update. I'm Baker Machado coming to you from Cheddar Studios in Lower Manhattan.
Juneteenth is Monday and celebrations in San Antonio are already underway. Today and tomorrow will be the annual Juneteenth Festival at Comanche Park No. 2 on Rigsby Avenue. And tomorrow morning will be the 24th annual Juneteenth Freedom Parade beginning at Sam Houston High School. There's also a Juneteenth block party and fair happening tomorrow that will be at Crockett Park. And on Monday, you can join the community for a celebration of gospel music over at the Tobin Center. And taking a look outside, it's 93 degrees. It didn't take long to get to that number. Justin, have we broken any records this week?
You know, we really haven't as far as the temperature goes. As I said earlier, though, the heat index yesterday, Jonathan, was the second highest on record that we could find. So it's been the humidity that's kind of been breaking records more or less. Not necessarily the temperature, but we are up to 92. And I think that we'll probably get up to around 100 or so, just shy of the record high of 103 set back in 1934. We do have a chance for a few storms this afternoon, too. We're going to talk about that coming up.
Driving down the highways, neighborhood fields, or maybe in your very own backyard, you've probably noticed the sunflowers or native wildflowers. In this week's Gardening with KSAT, Sarah Acosta, she spoke with a local horticulturist about why we are seeing the bloom in South Texas and why it's important and how to manage it.
Sunflowers, Indian blanket, wine cup. South Texas is experiencing a native bloom boom bigger than we've seen in the past 3 years. So why?
Can we say that we've had rain this year? So the abundance and well-timed rainfall through late winter through the spring has really woke up a lot of these plants compared to this time last year.
After 3 years of extreme drought, the recent rain has woken up some of those dormant wildflower seeds.
Survivability, so these seeds can stay dormant in the soil for a long period of time. When the temperature's correct, the moisture's correct, and the timing is correct, they wake up.
And the more blooms, the better. We need our native flowers for pollinators to maintain the foundation of our local ecosystems.
It's part of our natural ecosystem. You know, you have the wildlife, the birds, because a lot of birds might come in later to eat some of the seeds as well. You know, survivability, and beneficial insects, particularly bees. You know, the bees are very important.
Even the bees are having a baby boom because of this bloom boom. Our Patty Santos spoke with local beekeepers about this. You can check out her story on KSAT.com. The butterflies are also loving it. But sometimes sunflowers and wildflowers can grow aggressively and overwhelm your gardens.
Our native pollinating wildflowers, they're beautiful, they're important, but I know some of our viewers have to deal with HOAs. So what's the best way to manage them?
Just like the highway department does. The highway department with the big stands of bluebonnet and other stands of other Indian paintbrush and gaillardia, they time it right when most of those seeds are just splitting and dropping. They wait a week or two, then they go in there and they do the prescribed mowing.
Rodriguez says you can tell it's the right time to mow them back once the flower heads have dropped their petals, browned, and dropped their seeds. And mowing them back doesn't mean they won't come back. They may sprout again for a second bloom in the fall, and of course, in the spring. Also, don't forget to pull weeds or grasses that are overwhelming the wildflowers you want to keep. Sarah Acosta, KSAT12 News.
You know, the horticulturist mentioned survivability, but with this heat, that is very, very questionable right now.
Well, that's a good picture there, though, the vegetation that we have. And there is a lot of vegetation that's pretty green at the moment. As we talked about earlier, that is bringing in all that humidity. There's so much of it. And so that's why dew points are as high as they are, and that's why we're getting numbers like this, that heat index. Look at that. 102 is what it feels like here in San Antonio now. And I've been watching Bandera. It's still creeping up. That is not a good number. 112, the current heat index in Bandera, and it is only 12:45 in the afternoon. We still have several hours of heating left, and that's because dew points are near 80 there. But everyone is already, with minus Bernie stage, is jumping above 100, and these numbers are only going to go up. Look at these dew points, 80 Helotes, 81 Rio Medina, 80 in Bandera. There is an area right there where the humidity is just about as thick as it can get. 76 Randolph, 77 Stinson, these kind of dew points, it is not comfortable to be outside. These dew points did drop a little bit yesterday afternoon, but not a lot. And that's when we had those record heat index values yesterday. I think we're going to be in that range again today. 92 at Stinson, 91 Kelly, 90 at Randolph. These are the air temperatures. East-southeasterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Forecast. By 2 p.m., we're already up to 97. The feels like number is 109 here in San Antonio. We could go as high as 110, 111 as we top out right around 100 later today. 99 at 6 o'clock, 97 at 7 p.m. Feels like number at 104. I don't want to be preachy here, but just know that if you're going to be outside, take it easy. Drink the water. You know all the things we typically say. if you plan to be out and about today. 92 at 10 o'clock, 89 at 11 p.m. Still hot. We've still got heat index values even that late. Now, the other side to all this, there is a lot of energy in the atmosphere. We've got a lot of heat, a lot of moisture. If we could get something to spark off a thunderstorm, then these thunderstorms could erupt pretty quick. Computer models still want to develop something a little bit later today. This is around 5 o'clock across the hill country. Notice this is north of San Antonio. I feel pretty confident that everything stays north of town. But these storms that could develop in the hill country, if they do, if they can break through our cap in the atmosphere, then they could quickly become strong to severe. And so we do need to watch this. If you're watching us from Kerrville, Fredericksburg, up towards Blanco, let's keep an eye on the situation this afternoon. And of course, if something pops up, we'll let you know via the KSAT weather app. If that all dies down tonight, then as we get into tomorrow, pretty similar setup. It's going to look a lot like today, and we could get some more storms to develop by late in the afternoon and evening, generally across the hill country. Fredericksburg, Rock Springs, Kerrville, those areas we'll be watching. Today, the Storm Prediction Center does have this area within an isolated risk of severe weather. And what are the main threats? It's going to be mainly hail. These storms will flare up quickly, and if they get big enough, they'll put down some sizable hail. Again, that's if we get these storms to develop in the first place. So just keep an eye out. High pressure builds to our south, kind of builds in a little bit more. And by late next week, moves far enough west where it opens the door where we could see a few disturbances and maybe bring some rain chances back. That's the good news. Very quickly in the tropics, I do need to mention this. We have a wave coming off of Africa. This does show some promise of development, about a 50% chance, according to the Hurricane Center. We have plenty of time to watch this, and at the moment, it doesn't look like it would be headed towards the United States. The latest models want to curve this back up towards the open Atlantic, but we'll see. We'll let you know. 99 tomorrow. Again, that small chance of rain. 102 Sunday, 103 Monday, 103 Tuesday, 101 on Wednesday, and maybe cooling down a little bit late next week. Jonathan.
Thank you, Justin. Coming up, how one local camp is using STEM to make sure children have fun while still learning this summer. Plus, Lightscape is coming back to San Antonio. We'll tell you how and when you can get your tickets after the break. As the summer season continues, some parents are looking for a fun way for their kids to learn. Max Massey tells us about Code 4 Bots, a family-owned business looking to give kids a jump start to their future.
Robots, game design, and learning how to do animation. These are just a few of the camps offered by Code 4 Bots.
Code 4 Bots is an opportunity for kids to be able to enjoy STEM activities.
Code 4 Bots was thought of by their CEO and owner, Christian Shamiz. This after he got his kids a robotics kit for Christmas one year. He believes it's important for every kid to get involved in STEM-based learning.
Robotics, technology, coding, programming, all that is a great skill to have.
Code 4 Bots offers camp for kids ages 6 to 15 years old. Experience is not required to enroll in the camps. The owners and their employees, they work together to make sure every kid is feeling challenged yet learning at the same time.
If you've had experience before, if you have not had any experience, you will have a lot of fun here.
Camps are based on the kids' ages. For younger kids, there's an emphasis on what is popular with kids at the time, whether that's working to make things based on Mario Brothers or Star Wars. The older children, they're geared towards building and learning how to make robots work. During camp, the kids will make their robots and then they'll have them battle each other. This is BattleBots.
Which kid doesn't love BattleBots?
2, 1, start!
Shamiz hopes this type of camp will help prepare kids for their future.
Our camps here start giving those kids the interest and the skills so that they can start being more engaged in the STEM fields.
Code 4 Bots still has spots open for their summer camps. You can learn how to enroll right now. Just head to KSAT.com. Max Massey, KSAT12 News.
And besides learning during summer break, staying active is just as important. Coming up Monday on our GMSA at 9 show, I'm going to tell you about a gymnastics camp going on and how they keep things fun for the kids. And the good news is there's still time to sign up for the program. So we'll have that story for you Monday on GMSA at 9. And this weekend, Metro Health and YMCA are celebrating National Men's Health Week. Tomorrow, June 17th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., YMCA is hosting a men's basketball tournament at their location on Walsham Road and Mid-Crown Drive. That's next to Ed White Middle School. This event will feature vendors, giveaways, and a cooking demo. There will also be a health fair to educate men on why it's important to take care of their bodies through healthy eating and exercise. In San Antonio, Pets Alive is hosting an adoption event to help you find your new furry family member. The event will go from noon to 4 in the afternoon at Petco's Ingram location off Northwest Loop 410. Pets adopted during the event will have a reduced adoption fee of $25. The event aims to bring together animal lovers in the community and provide them with an opportunity to meet their next furry family member. And right now, tickets are available for Lightscape. That's right, it's coming back to San Antonio Botanical Gardens this year for its 3rd year. The immersive illuminated light trail will be on display from November 11th through January 1st. And Lightscape is open whether it's raining, sunny, or cold. Tickets are already available starting at $24. For more information, you can visit KSAT12. All right, we're going to be talking about the weather, the humidity, and also visiting with our friends over at SA Live.
And we've got ways to beat the heat and the humidity is staying inside and seeing a magic show.
That's right, and comedy magician Herringbauer joins us with a quick preview.
Yeah, it's a quick preview because you can do magic with pretty much anything. And I'm going to do it with a napkin, just a napkin. I'm going to tear it into two, and it's two little balls. And I'll use my bare hands with this. All I'm going to do is tap it. If I just tap them, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They attract each other. I'll do it again. Look, just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They attract each other. If I give them both a tap, you go like this. You just give them both a tap like this. They both hop over just like that. There's magic.
And that always amazes me because I'm saying, don't put away from it. So, all right, that'd be a great thing to do for Father's Day weekend.
And Elsa Fernandez for Eye Candy Boutique has some great Father's Day gift ideas.
We do. Whether your dad likes salty or sweet, we're going to show some fun, innovative snacks that we found here in town.
In fact, look at that Kit Kat flavor. We are going to tell you where you can find that.
Cracking that baby open, and great car dealing tips for you, as well as a new old restaurant in Bernie.
And Jen, El Chaparral.
Right. That and a whole lot more coming up on SA Live.